The other part of what I set out to do this weekend was to create more space downstairs for the main book collection, because it was completely running out of space. Unfortunately, this camera doesn't have a very wide angle view, but if you look here you can just about see that these French bookcases are now flush to the wall, whereas previously they were about an inch remote from it, or 2 inches, and so I had to completely empty these 3 bookcases in order to make space for 2 new ones just around the corner, which are now standing here completely empty but with space for additional books. This is really the final space in this house that can potentially accommodate books, because as you can see everything else is completely full up all the way around here. It's just the same. It's the dehumidifier running there, I don't mind that. Absolutely no space free for anything. And the same story on this side. But because this particular corridor was relatively wide before, there was just enough space to add these bookcases on, and they slightly overlap the edges of some of the others, but it's alright because it just creates a kind of doorway effect, and you can still access everything else with the same amount of space as before. And it's the same here. There's a kind of doorway effect with one of these 2 new bookcases just overlapping the entrance, but without detriment to the amount of space for looking at the books in this aisle. So with luck, these 2 new bookcases, plus the ones that I liberated yesterday from the materials of the Astrological Association that remained in them, which are here, though it's very dark in here. I think you can just see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and almost 10 of those shelves are still free, but you see already there were 2 shelves and a bit that had started to overflow with the expansion of the Indian astrology section here, and so 2 of those liberated 12 shelves are already completely full up. But between these almost 10 shelves and the 12 new ones plus tops next door, I'm hoping that it would be possible to keep this library going at this address for another few years without it completely running out of space, although it will do eventually if collecting continues. Thank you for listening.